Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the After Shift Report. I'm Diane Rayner, your host, and you know what? I apologize for being a couple minutes late. We have overcast today because we have storms coming in this afternoon, and I just can't seem to get my lighting right. And no matter what I do, I've got this glare on my glasses. So since I'm not reading anything, I may just go without glasses, and it just drives me crazy to look at it. Okay, well, today I'm going to talk with you about being in overwhelm. And this is not a new topic, of course, and so much of what I'm going to say you may already know. But what's the first thing people tell you to do when you're being overwhelmed? Um, and hopefully you'll say they want you to do breathing. And you may, unless you've kind of mastered the process, you may just kind of roll your eyes like, oh my gosh, breathing. I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, let me encourage you that you can. I mean, we're already breathing. You know, we're upright, we're alive, so we are breathing. So let's talk about something that is quick, down and dirty, and easy. And we're going to do 1 minute of it together, but I'm going to go through the process first. And this is just, there's a million breathing techniques, and one's not better than another. It's what works for you. And one of the distractions for me when I am doing mindful breathing is my monkey mind wants to go off into trees and gather bananas. It just stays so busy, and I can't focus on breathing. So this particular breathing technique actually gives our monkey mind something to do. Okay, and so you simply put your fingertips together, and you don't hold it to your chest, but you hold it in front of you. Okay, and what you're going to do is breathe in for the count of 5, hold for 5, and release for 5. So each breath takes 15 seconds. And if you think about this, we're going to take our breathing, our respiratory rate down to 4 per minute. Okay, so we're talking really slowing things down. And why is that important? With our patients, we're always, hold their hand, just breathe, just breathe. Well, why do we tell them that? Well, there's really a very good rationale behind it. In our upper chest, there are receptors that when you are breathing shallow, which when you're scared, you're upset, you're worried, we do tend to breathe real shallow and up here in our chest, in our upper chest. Well, what that does is it stimulates these receptors to put us into fight or flight, okay, or that sense of overwhelm. And that's so easy to do. It may even be similar to something that I've experienced, and my baseline was overwhelmed. But I didn't know that. I didn't feel anxious. I didn't think I was stressed about anything. But it wasn't until I started doing some mindful breathing that I realized, wow, there's a difference in how I feel now compared to before. And so it's crazy to think that that's your baseline and you don't even realize it, but it can happen. It sneaks right up on you, and you're doing it a little bit more each day, and then there you are in overwhelm. So by contrast, when you slow down your breathing, you get down here in your belly breathing, then you have receptors down there that slow you down and put you in the parasympathetic, the rest and digest. Okay, so 3 minutes is enough to just calm yourself. Even a minute is better than none. And if you've not been a practitioner of mindful breathing, then it may be all you can do to do 4 cycles or 1 minute of this. And that's okay. That's a great start. It's not where you begin, it's where you finish up. Okay? So we're going to do a minute of it. But then I want you, if you can do more, if you can do up to 3 minutes of mindful breathing, perfect. Love it. It will carry with you throughout the day. You can do it as many times as you want during the day, but it's a great way to start your day. Whether you're working night shift and you're just waking up in the evening, do it. If you during the night or whatever during your shift, anytime you just should you get a few minute break, tell them you need at least 3 minutes for your break from at work so that you can just do this and recollect your thoughts and slow yourself down. Okay. And let's see, anything else I want to say about that? Oh, so if 1 minute is all you're able to do, then do that for a couple days, and then push yourself. Like, wait till it's a day off, so that you're not overtaxing yourself, and see if you can do it in a minute and a half. And when you can do that for a couple of days, then go to 2 minutes. Just build it up, okay? 3 to 5 minutes a day is amazing. So let's just start with that. Fingertips together, and I'm going to count it out, okay? And so we're going to breathe in for the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that was just 1 minute. And if you notice, I purposely did this. Sometimes I use the word inhale, and one time actually, that was a mistake. I said 1, and then I was like, oh, inhale, because the word inhale becomes 1. But whatever word works for you. And maybe you don't want to say inhale, you just want to count for the count of 5. That's cool. And then hold, it becomes the 1. And then you could say exhale, you could say release, you could just count it as 1 again. Another little trick to help you keep things together is when you do one breath, just move one finger up. When you finish the second breath, move the second finger up. And that tells you you're on the second round of that. But every 4, you've done a minute. Okay? So simple. And I hope right now, if you did that with me, that you just feel a little more centered. And then I want to give you one other quick tip. And again, this comes from my years of yoga practice, is after each little activity that we do, we pause and just rest a moment. Rest as in taking a couple of deep breaths. And what that does, it signals to your brain, oh, we're done with that one activity. Let's give it a little break right there. And then we start the next. And that trains us as we go throughout our day. Our brain in time will automatically say, oh, we're going to pause. We're going to take a couple breaths. And then we'll go on to the next thing. Because how many times during our day we are like multitasking, we are doing this, we're doing that, we're grabbing that phone, we're just constantly going, and there's never a break for the brain. So this is something that I tell you I have to really work on, and I always love my yoga instructor giving us that reminder each week about, and don't forget, this is your body being trained, and if every time you can do this, it will help. And so I try to make a conscious notation to myself, like I may even say out loud, okay, so I'm all done with my exercising. Now I'm going to take a few deep breaths, and now I'm going to begin something. So I'm even auditory wise trying to signal to my brain, to myself, that there's a pause here. There's a pause. And so that's something I'm definitely working on to get better. And so I just pass that on. And when I can do it, it's great. And so give that a try as well. I hope this has been helpful. It's a short, quick tip, but I just really felt this morning I was like, what do I want to talk about? And sometimes I'll wait till the last minute and I'll just say, Lord, what do you want me to talk about? And I just really felt in my spirit that somebody needed to hear, I need some help to get this immediate help to just let this sense of overwhelm and pressure within my body and my mind have a break. So I hope that gives you some hope, and I always love to hear from you. And if this is helpful, please, comment below, and that encourages me as well. And if there's any suggestions you would like for me to talk about, I'm happy to do that. Okay, well, have a great Tuesday and a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.